And I guess it's time for unboxing.
Hello, friends. Welcome to the Unboxing Show, where we thank our donors, people who have gone to welcometothebasementshow.com and contributed to support our show. And they have also sent us things in our mailbag, and we're going to open that stuff up. Fun. It's fun, Craig.
God damn it, it is. Welcome.
Who are our donors? These are our donors. Benjamin, Malcolm, Simon, Dan, Luke, Betty, Nathan, who says, saw Craig and his wife today on State Street near the Capitol. I waved awkwardly. Here's $5.
I remember that guy. It feels nice when you're walking around with your sweetheart and someone compliments you. That's nice.
Michael, Andrew, Marie, Jennifer, Ann, and Maura. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
We've got one lonely little postcard this week.
One chance.
And it's from Lucy, and it's this. This is from Lucy. She says, hi, Matt and Craig. This one is for Craig especially. I know how much he loves the Hawkman. Thanks for the show.
Thank you. Oh, so happy I caught this.
People send me records, and when they do it, I put them on my turntable and I give them a spin. First of all, we got the Filthy Thieving Bastards. This band sounds exactly like you would think that they sound with a name like that. They owe a lot to the band The Pogues. In fact, Spider Stacy of The Pogues performs on this album.
This art on the back of the album, that's nice.
Like a bunch of stamps. Next up, we've got Twin Shadow Eclipse. This is moody electronic music. This reminds me of the band The Weeknd.
Okay, yeah.
It's either a band or it's a single person. The Weeknd.
Weeknd.
The Weeknd. I haven't heard much of The Weeknd or of these guys, but when I listened to this, it made me think of The Weeknd. And lastly, we've got The Heavy. This is an album called Hurt and the Merciless, and there is a lot going on here. There's garage rock, there's soul, there's horns. It's very interesting stuff, but I will say that the first 2 or 3 tracks of this are great. They sound really amazing. So this is a really good party record. Put it on at a party and then talk to a girl. And now, viewer questions. Mr. Sandpaper Condom writes...
Jesus Christ.
We've had comments from him before. He's a viewer of the show, so he's, of course, welcome here. But, you know, there's a world of names out there. Just think about it. I know they're both playwrights, but has Craig or Matt ever tried to write a screenplay? Yes, I have. Twice. You have not.
I've not, nope.
I wrote a screenplay in the late 90s. It is lost to a friend's computer. And I just remembered the title. It was called Killing Pennsylvania, which is a really good title.
It's a pretty good title, yeah.
It's about a guy who is his life is sort of fallen apart. His wife has left him, and he's a telemarketer. During the time of writing the screenplay, I was a telemarketer. He has a particularly bad interaction with someone on the phone. This happens when you're a telemarketer, because they don't like you. And the guy's really rude to him, and he decides that he's going to go and find that guy, because he can see his name and address right on this computer screen, and he's going to go and kill him. So he leaves his life behind, he drives off to Pennsylvania, and he sets up this new identity, rents an apartment under an assumed name, he buys a gun, and he's just planning this murder, and he gets up to the point where he's about to commit the murder, and he just realizes that, what is he doing? And, you know, he needs to get his life back.
I think you should rewrite that.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not a bad...
If I saw that on a Netflix blurb, I would totally watch that movie.
I could rewrite it because I know the story, and I know that the original writing was very poor.
You just summarized it very nicely. Yeah, exactly.
And then, a year or so after that, I wrote most of a screenplay with my buddy Mike, who watched the movie Cube and told me the whole plot.
Yeah?
It's called Eric's Girl, and it's about a guy who is the frontman of a local band, and Rick Springfield is coming to town to do a concert. And he has this band open up for him. And for some reason, Eric gets it in his brain. He gets pissed off at Rick Springfield. And he decides for their opening act that he's going to do the song Jesse's Girl. And scoop Springfield. Rick Springfield gets really pissed off, and he decides to move to the town and make this guy's life a living hell.
It's the role of a lifetime, Mr. Springfield. The role is you.
Anyway, so those are my 2 attempts at screenplays.
Jesse Filer asks, who are some of your favorite movie critics? Well, I'm glad that you asked. I, of course, like Roger Ebert, very big influence on me, along with his old pal Gene Siskel. Pauline Kael, who used to write for The New Yorker, who every movie fan should read. You will argue with her in your mind constantly, but she'll make you understand what the problems were with some of your favorite movies. For older movies, James Agee, I think he wrote most of his stuff while he was drunk. That's what they make you believe. But it's all very brilliant. And as for contemporary critics, there's Mark Kermode, who has a show on the BBC. You can find it online, Kermode and Mayo, and he does the greatest rants when he hates a movie. And also he does some of the greatest raves when he loves the movies.
I do not have a hard ticket report for this episode. That will come back next time, hopefully. But that will take us right to my now defunct MySpace blog, Dispatches from it.
Whee!
July 20th, 2006. I had an idea for an episode of Cheers whilst in the shower this morning.
That's what the shower's for.
Sam announces to the bar that he is featuring a new beer on tap. Dark beer. Norm and Cliff deride the new beer, saying that no one will drink it. Frasier disagrees, saying that dark beer favors a more sophisticated palate of the cultured individual, while it's at the same time offering a more robust and manly flavor. He convinces them to try it by buying a round. At first they make snide comments about it, but they finish their beers and begrudgingly order more. At the end of the night, Norm and Cliff admit that they like the dark beer better than the other kind. When Cliff asks Norm if he's going home to watch the Sox game, Norm says that he may read some books. As the episode progresses, instead of talking about sports and meaningless trivia, Norm and Cliff start becoming more interested in literature and opera. Cliff starts smoking a pipe. Frasier is delighted because he has someone to have intellectual discussions with. The three become inseparable. Carla makes snide comments about the three of them, but since they are presenting a united front and Norm and Cliff are more mentally sharp, they run circles around her, and she gets really pissed off. Woody tries the new beer, and for some reason it makes him more scatterbrained and stupid. At the end of the episode, the three chums come into Cheers and order the usual, only to be told by Sam that there's no more dark beer. He's not carrying it anymore because only the three of them drank it. Frasier is irate, but Cliff and Norm just shrug and go back to their standard beer, instantly losing their cultured interests and turning back into their old selves. Norm makes a comment about his wife. Cliff mentions some asinine urban legend. Wah wah. There you go, TV executives. Hire me. I come up with ideas.
Just in time, too, because Cheers had only been off the air for, 10 years? 10, 12 years by that time point?
You know, I also have a pile of ideas for the show Curb Your Enthusiasm. I could read those on this show, too. Let's open some packages.
These packages?
This is from Alfred and Kelly in the Bronx, New York.
The Bronx.
Yeah, Alfred is a monthly donor.
We don't name cities with the word "the" anymore. The Bronx. The Hague. The Doll, Oregon.
It's the Dolls.
Oregon girl. It's the Dolls, Oregon.
Dolls.
From Brian in Racine, Wisconsin. I just thought I'd send you something to help with your letter opener shortage and a little something for your budget. Love the show. Keep up the good work.
Hey.
$10. Now we each can have a letter opener, and this one can go with your little samurai helmet.
Damn! Look at that! Samurai letter opener.
Wait, there's two of them.
Whoa!
This is it, Matt. It's come to this.
Gonna get you.
Oh, you've watched so much of that Blind Swordsman movie.
Oh, that's cool. I got two samurai accoutrements. This is addressed to Matt, Tona, and the Johnson family.
Hey.
Oh, this is a wedding invitation. Alfred and Kelly get married. This looks like a fancy situation.
Yeah?
They have sent us some postcards from the infamous Museum of the Moving Image.
Ooh.
They'll be opening a permanent exhibit on Jim Henson this summer. They've gone a few times, including their exhibit on Scorsese, where he personally curated with family belongings, old scripts, his own hand-drawn storyboards, and items from his personal collection of film memorabilia, including the ballet slippers from the Red Shoes.
Whoa.
And a flower bouquet from Vertigo. Got all kinds of postcards here. Stanley Kubrick, Charlie Chaplin, and somebody that you may be familiar with.
Oh, John Waters. And Divine.
Who you interviewed on the telephone.
I did interview him. He corrected my interview technique.
Look out! They have also sent us this movie, and it is Paprika on Blu-ray. Oh, we've got some pins. Star Wars or Ghostbusters?
Ghostbusters.
Since they're getting married, they want to know if there's a favorite wedding scene from a movie. Four Weddings and a Funeral has some great ones.
Of course, there's the obvious, The Godfather. Just that whole opening sequence is so
sure.
brilliant.
And then there's the wedding scene from The Deer Hunter, which is basically the length of a wedding.
And not just any wedding, but one in this very obscure Eastern sect of Catholicism.
While Alfred is usually the one who writes the letters to you guys, I really wanted to send one myself to express how awesome the show is. He's got me pretty hooked on the show, and is pleasantly surprised when he catches me watching it without him. Also, thank you, Tona. Kelly, what a sweetheart.
Thank you, Kelly.
We've got another, what I presume to be a record from Aaron in Hell's Kitchen. He's made a little drawing on here that says, I love Jimmy Silk. Silk.
MJ in Portland, Oregon. Is that right? Portland.
Oh, perfect pronunciation.
Whoa, we have got quite a setup here from Aaron in Hell's Kitchen.
Whoa.
One of these envelopes says, Craig, please open this one first.
Craig, all loyal viewers are now familiar with the great plastic letter opener fiasco. I notice you seem to be treating its replacement very gingerly. I was in a yard sale the other day and picked up this solidly built opener and thought you'd like to have it as a backup. There we go.
That's a cool one, too.
Please test it out on the envelope marked number 2.
We're ass deep in letter openers, my friends.
Three Musketeers bar.
All right, let's see what it is. Oh, come on now. Eddie Money. Matt, at the same yard sale, I noticed this gem, his quotes, peeking out from a big box of LPs. I know on a previous unboxing you received some of his great gentleman's hits. I thought you might like to sample some of his B-sides. Enjoy. Ugh, Eddie Money.
Take me home tonight.
Ooh, Aaron, if you're going to put tape on a record, you're going to peel the paper off, buddy. You give him all the love you want and in your own house.
Come on, he just wants to be your little baby.
You're not going to be my little baby.
Dear Matt and Craig, we love your shows, both Welcome to the Basement and Beer and Board Games. Here are a few films my friend Hank Weintraub from Eugene, Oregon made. We thought you would get a kick out of these flicks. We have Melvin, which this seems to be some sort of zombie movie. Killing Me. It's like You're Killing Pennsylvania. And we have just moody guy. The Darkest Corner of Paradise. Does it look like you have range, Weintraub?
Thanks, MJ. And thanks to everyone who sends us mail and donates to our show. That's all for unboxing. You can see the next episode of Welcome to the Basement this coming Friday, and we hope to see you then.
I just have to say, I had the little childhood fear of a razor blade for a second.
Hi, Craig.
Hi,
It's
Ethan.
me, Ethan Hawke.
You know, I've gotten past my problem with you.
But you don't like me from this era.
Well, no, I
You
don't.
only like me from boyhood.
In retrospect, I
Look how
really...
pretty I am.
Dead Poet Society was a very important movie to me when I was a kid. So thank you. Thank you for that,
That's
Mr.
my
Hawke.
barbaric yelp.
All over the rooftops.
Ethan Hawke sounds like Baby Cookie for some reason.